Hello, everyone. Welcome to Speaker Insights 2021, where I am bringing to you our speakers that will grace our stage at the Signature CEO Conference. I'm bringing them here so you can get a little insight as to who they are, what it is they're going to be talking about at the conference. We're not going to feed you the full entree. We're just going to give you a little appetizer because we want you to purchase a ticket and be at the Signature CEO Conference. So with all that being said, I am going to welcome to the stage our next speaker, Mr. Bron Hansboro, known as the Flower Guy Bron. He is right down the street from me, right down 95 South in Richmond, Virginia. And so I am definitely elated to have him with us this year. Hi, Bron. How are you?
Hello. Hey there. Thank you so much for having me. And it's always a pleasure chatting with you. And I look forward to sharing the tools that I've learned and that are in my toolbox with the audience. So thank you so much for having me. And I'm excited about this teaser.
Awesome. Well, before we get into the little nitty gritty, can you kind of tell people who is Mr. Bron?
Who am I? Well, you know what? If I didn't know before, I think 2020 has all taught us exactly who we are. I know for one thing, I am resilient. But outside of that, my name is Bron Hansboro, and I am more fondly referred to, as you mentioned, as the Flower Guy. And I have prided myself on serving diverse communities through flowers since 2014. My team consists of several passionate and very, very dedicated individuals, and we work really hard to bring our clients' visions to life. And outside of that, I'm also a national and international speaker on wedding and event-related topics. So this is just so exciting to be able to chat with you and your audience. So that's a little bit about me without going into too much of the Reader's Digest version. Keep it high level today.
That's good. But look, no, the way that you told about yourself, that's how people need to rattle out when somebody says, "Who are you?" It's supposed to come just like that. Yeah.
If you don't know, then we got a problem.
Right.
And so, you know what? It's funny that you mentioned that, because one of the first questions, and the audience will actually, when they purchase their ticket and attend, the first question I'm going to ask them in my presentation is, who are you? So it's very, very ironic that is how you started. And when we think about, the theme of the conference being reimagination, what better time could we be in to start reimagining who we are as people and who we are as business owners? So the first question, that is one thing that you will get in my presentation, is a understanding of who you are as the person behind the business. So I told you who I am. So by the time I finish with you in March, you're going to know exactly who you are, or at least start on that journey.
Awesome. So for those of you getting your tickets, you better start practicing now, because he's going to ask you, who are you?
That's it.
Okay. And just a little bit more about yourself. How did you get started in this industry?
Oh man, isn't that the question that everyone wants to know? I think that, like many of the attendees, many of us event professionals, a lot of us are coming from other careers. And so prior to joining this industry, I was an educator in a public school system, serving children with severe and profound disabilities under the category of autism. And I was a teacher and an administrator for several years in the city of Richmond before hitting a brick wall. And so I did not enter this industry I'm going to be a wedding florist. I entered this industry actually very beaten, very downtrodden, and just not really having a great sense of where my life and my purpose was going to reside. And so I started my business on a whim. I had a girlfriend who was a wedding planner. I'd always had good taste, at least I thought. And I thought that putting that together with a natural medium, which happened to be flowers, would be a good bet. And so I started tinkering around my house, and then I got an invite to do a friend's wedding. And there's a difference between providing floral and decor for a wedding and doing someone's wedding. So at that point in my career, I was doing weddings, and it took off from there. And it has been probably the best transition in service to myself that I could have ever made. So that's how I started. It was on a whim, and it was because I hit a brick wall. And we will talk about those brick walls in the presentation, because as you're kind of figuring things out. It's not always gonna be what we think it's gonna be. So I hit a brick wall, and it forced me to make some serious changes and reimagine my situation. So the effects of the reimagination is the Flower Guy Bron.
You're talking about hitting that brick wall,
Yes.
reimagining yourself, and like you said, what better time than now? Because a year, by the time the conference comes, it will be a year that we've all been going through this ugly C word called COVID.
Yes.
And it has definitely put a pause in our lives. It has definitely made us rethink about everything that we've ever done before, because we were running at fast pace with our businesses, and then all of a sudden the brakes get put on. And so now it's just like, oh,
now what?
What's going to happen now? And with that, your topic at the conference is stop leaving that money on the table. We all need money right now. So kind of give some insight as to why you decided on that topic.
Absolutely. So, there's so many topics that we could have talked about, but thinking about real time, and like you mentioned, in March, we would have all been dealing with COVID for a year. And I think we've all had, different expectations of what the season's, how it would end and how this one would even begin. So my thought is, let's talk to people about what they already have. Let's build upon or reimagine what they already have. And for me, it's not a matter of saying, this is what you need to do differently. This is what you've been doing wrong. I think that approach in general needs to be shifted, because when you tell someone this is what's wrong, it makes them feel inadequate. But when you use a word like reimagine, it suggests that they already have something of value and that we can build on. And so that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about how I can take the business that I have, my photography business, my planning business, my floral business. How can I take that and through a market analysis and an assessment of my business and me personally, how can I identify opportunities to not leave any more money on the table? And I have discovered several different techniques that I have implemented in my business over the past few years that keep a steady revenue stream coming in, even in times of uncertainty like COVID. Now, I am not going to tell you that I am making what I would have made if COVID had not happened, but a stream of income is better than none. And also thinking, now that COVID has impacted us, what can we be doing to add additional value to our clients' experience? So this conversation is going to be one that's going to require you to put down the industry's expectations of what you should be doing, and to dive into what you should be doing, and through identifying your why. So I think that was an earful, but I think that it also is enough to make people a little bit enticed and want to sit in. So I have tons of tools that we have implemented that work, and I just can't wait to share them with the audience.
Awesome. I like all of that. It's like, okay, let's stop doing what was and let's talk about what is. Let's dig deep. Let's see what it is that you already have in your toolbox, and let's bring it out, because now we need to bring more value to our clients, because they're going to be looking for that now, especially now. Why should I be spending my coins with you? And we want to get all those coins, most definitely.
Absolutely. And you can't blame the clients for this mentality. As a matter of fact, I think for too long, the way our industry was going was so nepotistic, where it was like, you're going to get business just because of who you are versus showing the value. And so for me, with an even playing field, these type of practices will benefit everyone, and our industry as a whole will be elevated, as opposed to in certain individuals always getting the larger share of the pie. So I think it'll just totally even the playing field, as COVID has. So it really is a technique that aligns with the season that we're in.
Awesome. It's like, show me the money.
Show me the money.
Show me the money. Awesome. And so what inspired you to speak at the Signature CEO conference?
Well, let me tell you this. You may not know this, but I want the audience to know that I have been stalking you and your conference for several years prior to ever being affiliated with it. And so I noticed the caliber of speakers. And when I first started my speaking career, your conference had the caliber of speakers that I wanted to be. And so I did the work, and now here I am at your conference presenting. So for me, it was a matter of wanting to be aligned with like-minded event professionals, progressive, forward-thinking event professionals, and attendees, where we can all collaborate and grow as a community. And that's what I see in the Signature CEO Conference. So that is my motivation.
Why would you tell someone that they need to be here?
In addition to what I just said, all of the people that I know that have attended the conference have all spoke so highly about the community and the collaboration opportunities and the opportunities for networking. So I think that, you can attend the conference and get all of the information and leave overwhelmed. But what helps you get over the hump is the sense of community that you get and the support to implement. And I know that I'm bringing that to the table, and looking at the lineup of speakers, I don't have any question that the information that you're going to receive at the Signature CEO Conference, not only will you be able to implement it, but you'll also have the support when times get rough.
Awesome. I couldn't have said it better than myself.
Yeah, I got you.
So tell people what's going on with you next. Is there any exciting news?
Yes.
You need some mentees. What's going on with you?
Yes, absolutely. So I'll tell you a couple of things that are going on with me. So I am a practitioner who truly practices what they teach. And so for me, I have been on a self-discovery journey that has encompassed my mental health, my physical wellness, and putting those two beings first, my mind and my body. And doing that has allowed me to shed not only weight, but also shed a lot of excess baggage. And so for me, that is what I have really been focusing on. I have been focusing on me, the person behind the business. Now, in regards to the business and how, and what I have cooking there, because I couldn't let the Flower Guy Bron totally go while I was taking care of Bron. But what I'm working on now is a beautiful design masterclass with my friend Andrew Roby, Designs out of DC. So we put together a design masterclass that will take place in a couple of months. Now, it will be offered virtually. And if you'd like more information on that, please visit either his social media, Andrew Roby Events, or the Flower Guy Bron, where you can find more details on that particular workshop, which will be lovely. And then I'll also be attending and speaking at a workshop in Charleston, South Carolina in March with Michelle Summers. And so that'll be another wonderful that'll be actually a hands-on workshop. So we're trying to, accommodate those who want to be a part of design, but don't feel comfortable, but also knowing that the best value in most cases is in person. So trying to figure out how to keep people safe and also inspire the industry so that we can continue to create, continue to inspire, and continue to work. It's very important. So that's what I'm working on. I'm working on my workshops, and I'm working on me. Of course, we're always accepting mentee opportunities through the Flower Guy Bron. So if anyone's interested in either business or design mentorship, we're also offering that all throughout the year. So that's pretty much what we're working on. But honestly, right now, it is about me. And as much as I can help you, I will. But I have learned, and I'm looking forward to showing people the value of putting themselves first.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. That is so beautiful. Love all of it. And I didn't know that you and Andrew were doing the workshop together. I saw a poster of it. I didn't read the
we did. It was just released today, and I'm excited because not too often do the guys in the industry get an opportunity to get together and be creative. I think that this is going to be a great opportunity and collaboration for, two powerhouses in the industry to get together. I think that demonstration in itself of two people who could easily host a workshop on their own, to do it together and to share in the collaboration, I think that there's a ton of value in that. So I'm very excited about the opportunity to share with him and to work together and even grow our relationship more.
Awesome. It's going to be dynamic. And if anything, y'all going to have some fun with these two.
I know, right? I that is what I'm excited about, the knowledge and the good time, and how that good time is even gonna transcend to the downloads, right?
Most definitely. And Bron, how can people find you out there in this world?
Yes, in this world, you can find me right here in my house, but you don't know where that is. But since you can't get here, you can find me on all major social media outlets. So that will be Instagram at the Flower Guy Bron, Facebook, Pinterest, and Twitter. I also have a dynamic Facebook group called The Village, and I look forward to doing some interesting things with them in the next couple of months as I start to reimagine even my own platforms. So go ahead and do me a favor. If you'd love to follow us and keep in touch, follow us at the Flower Guy Bron on all social media platforms.
Awesome. And I'll have all that information scrolling here at the bottom of the screen. As you can see, Mr. Bron has a wealth of information that he is going to be sharing with us. I am totally excited. Can't wait to have you, sir, to grace the stage. And we're going to finally get to meet each other. I'm so excited about that. Yes.
I gotta get a new suit made that I can fit in. Let me start that now.
Everybody, get your tickets. Information will be rolling here at the bottom of the screen. We want you to get your tickets. We want you to get your seat. It will be an intimate environment so that you can network, build your community. You're going to be able to build your community not only with the other attendees, but also with the speakers. So get your tickets, and we're going to see you at the Signature CEO Conference 2021.